Hello, welcome back to Cal's Market Company. My name is Cal Sinez, and then welcome to the Makerbot Sketch Large. So, we're going to talk about the Sketch Large right now. This is the newer version. I kind of got confused with the other one, which is the Sketch Classroom, which is a smaller version, which is 6x6. This is a little bit larger one. There were some few hiccups here and there with the Makerbot because, again, there was a bed plate that I didn't know that was like a little bit new to me. But again, I'll show you guys that one right now. So, if you got this one right here for the Sketch Large, congratulations. Right now, we'll be disassembling it right now to go check in for the area. So, what we have is a quick start right here for the guide. And at the top of the two as well, I'm going to do a link for the online iCloud for the Sketch slicer. Right now, they discontinued the other one for the online software that was for free. But right now, they have one that is for the iCloud. So apparently you have to use internet access for this printer. So you gotta have internet, basically, or you can actually use a USB transport, which is okay. That's fine. That was great news. But for the other one, if you want to do by online, make sure you have internet access and also make sure you have the right connection to as well. I tried to connect to my smaller version, which is the Makerbot Sketch. It did not connect it with the IP address. I had to go communicate with them to see why it's not connecting very well. Either that, it has to be connected onto the iCloud online. So yeah, basically we're gonna go over some few things right now. They'll be provided with on your class course kit. You'll provide with 3 filaments. Right now I got 2 of them out just in case. So that's good news. I'm just gonna take them out right now. And after that, right now I'm gonna do is taking out this foam. So the foam should include everything else inside of there, which is this guy right here. I'm gonna put this on top right there. Luckily it's foam, so I can be careful on top of it. There we go. And after that, from the previous video, it should be the same similarity too as well from the Makerbot Sketch. Door is magnetic. You open the panels on the side, tilt it over, and then you got to insert the filament. So we're okay on that one right now. And it should include all of these right here for the toolkit as well, because I discussed that from the previous video. So we'll have to worry about that going over the whole thing again. So right now I'm just going to install the printer itself right now, see if everything else does work okay, including the IP address. So hopefully, cross fingers, it will work. So all right, I'm going to stop right here right now to actually begin setting up the equipment. Okay. Okay, so I can't connect it through Wi-Fi and I have no long extension cord for Ethernet cable, but I'm going to do one that is USB stick. So all you do is click on the USB stick. It'll give you the information where to go on makerbot.com/sketch FW firmware. So now that once you download the firmware, which one it is going to be used either for a Sketch Classroom or for the Sketch Large, make sure you put it into a USB drive. Now from here, you turn it off first, then you insert the stick right now, and then turn it back on. And everything else should be on there, so I can click on USB via stick. I'm updating, I thought I did, but for some reason it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. But yeah, I think it's having issues. Right now I have to like fiddle this around. I think I'm supposed to do it with zip file. I'm supposed to do that. That's my fault. But again, I'm gonna try again and I'm gonna mess around with it to see. Hopefully it does work again. So see you next few minutes. Okay, so I updated the firmware. It's already been connected through Wi-Fi. So apparently the USB port onto this one, there is no instructions how to actually do that on the instructions. I did follow it. It says turn off the printer itself, download the zip file onto here, onto USB drive. There's nothing on here, nothing else. You gotta leave it as zip drive, that's it. Plug it into this system right here, and then turn it back on. And I thought I was supposed to do the whole thing itself, but again, it keeps taking me back to connect or update firmware through via USB drive, and I keep doing that over and over again. Keep failing me until I have to retry again with the Wi-Fi. Turns out the screen on here is very sensitive, so kind of be careful. Kind of like don't force it onto there. Kind of like tap it really quickly, so that way you'll get the perfect password. So apparently I was messing up on my side with the password, so I had to double those right now. So I'm gonna go to next right now. It will now update the firmware. And it should look like that. Come on. It should like have a a progress bar right now that shows downloading firmware. It should have been the same thing with this, with the USB drive right here, but again, it didn't do nothing, so I'm not sure why it's not doing that. And it's supposed to go like that, see? Like that. Okay. Alright then, so right now, everything's good to go. I'm going to start putting some parts onto here. Right now I'm going to go online to see how you got to do the iCloud for Makerbot. So hopefully it'll say something on the instruction right now. So I'm going to look into this manual right here to see what I can find in here. And that way I can actually begin doing these updates right now. So hopefully I'll be back right now for a few seconds right now. So it shouldn't take that long with the firmware. It's just the same thing as the other ones. Just update your firmware, update the email, yada yada. Use the latest firmware. If updating by via, remove the stick before restarting. Restart the printer to use the. Okay, and that I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on. Turn it back on. And it should update everything else on the firmware. But basically, the next one is gonna be English, what type of country you're in, insert your email account if you do have an account for Makerbot, and then the other ones. But I'm not gonna put my account onto here. This ain't my printer because again, this should be given to somebody else. So again, this is still available for the Makerbot Large sketch. That way it'll be used. Okay, so yeah, see English. So next, and after that, should set up your printer. It should be fine. Oh no, I'm gonna set it, and then connect. It's already connecting right now. Scanning, turn all right. Right, that's fine. That's great. Go back. Okay, next. Printer name. I'm gonna make it SMB. So capitalize MB SK for sketch large. I'm gonna do 1. There you go. And then next, and then I thought it was gonna be America. And then it's gonna be Mountain Standard Time. I'm in. Okay, next one's gonna be the confirming everything else. And there should be no foam confirmed, so I'm okay. So that way it'll update everything else for the Z-axis, which I'll be using this guy right here. So I'm gonna go read my manual while this is updating right now. As you can see on your screen, it should be moving every once in a while. I could use these guys. If you do have a Makerbot activation code, redeem activation, use that one because that way it'll be used for your side, or your way. Power supplies, yada yada yada. Doesn't say about how to use it, but I'll probably use this guys for my beginner leveling. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh. Wow, it has a little beep on there. Cool. Whoops. Sorry. Or it should be okay. I'm just gonna double check everything else, see if everything else is fine. I'm gonna do -1. It should have like a negative. It's still moving for some reason. Let's do 3 millimeters. Hopefully it goes down. There we go. Hopefully it should be fine. 8, 9. Oh, there we go. So I'm gonna do about 8 hours. I think 8 should be okay because it should be around. Fantastic. So next. The next one should be easy. Just gonna be calibrate everything else with the new printer. So I'm gonna calibrate with the little square cube. Hopefully it'll print the whole thing. Oh yes, right. Also I need to insert my filament. I'm gonna choose yellow. So don't worry about that. Use my razor here. There we go. Oops. My battery's about to die. Then with the side clippers, you can be clipping your end of your filament, which I showed before. How you clip your ends of your filament, which is important. There we go. And my heat is gonna start heating. So I'm gonna open up this guy right here. Open that side. This up top. Let's open this guy in the entrance area, like that one. And then I'm gonna go upside down so it'll begin inserting itself into the filament. I'm gonna insert this guy from the inside. Open this side with the use the lever itself. Oops. Okay, done. And then load material, put the tip of the material, press next to. There we go, and it should automatically begin to extrude itself while it's heating up. It will back out or like kind of like have a skipping at the end of it because I think the nozzle is not that hot enough. I believe that. So. Okay. There we go. Now it should slowly extrude itself outward. You can see that. If not, I'm going to press closer. There you go. See? It is now extruding itself outward. Alright, then it should be okay. Next. Done. Okay, so I'm going to let this one cool down a bit because I'm going to start my next one, which is the printing. I'm going to start right here. And then I'm going to go look online to find that iCloud, which is the newer software. So I'm going to look into that one, see how that works. So, alright then. I'm going to stop now. Take this guy out. Good. And print now. Okay, we'll be back in about 30 minutes. Hello, welcome back. And this is day 2 right now. I had to stop yesterday because it was not letting me do what it's supposed to do. I'll tell you why. So I kept getting complete failures every now and then off of the print. And right now I try to calibrate the Z height from each of these corners. If you're having issues on your side with this situation where it doesn't actually print correctly, I recommend using these options, which is using the tape, the masking tape. And then after that, trying to calibrate as much as you can on the Z axis, because that way it will begin to actually, adhere onto the surface. Do one more. Hopefully it's not. Okay, that was okay. Next. So yeah, that's one of the biggest issues. That I put in the glue sticks on there, and it still would not. It wouldn't actually have a stick on there. Stick a bit too much. More. But yeah, that's one of the big issues I had yesterday, and that I had to stop because it was getting me frustrated because of the software they're using. Yeah, I did look on there. It is for free. That's good as long as you make a account for them for the Makerbot. It's the tool path. It was not doing what it's supposed to do. Instead of just following the tool path from the other slicer, where it just does the exterior first and then the interior last. However, it wouldn't even do that situation because right now it's giving me lots of failures on this one, and I really dislike it. I don't like it, and it's getting me frustrated right now to the software that's online, which is the Makerbot iCloud. That's supposed to be a better brand, which is not that bad. It's just that it was a little more difficult, as it says. And on top of it too, as well, you had to use Wi-Fi to connect the printer onto the iCloud, and it was really frustrating to actually do those options. And on top of that too, as well, trying to update the software using the USB drive, it was very difficult, and I don't understand why this printer would not actually do it unless you have to connect it to the internet right here with the USB. But it shouldn't be doing that. I don't get why I don't get why. So that's one of the big issues I'm having with this printer on the Sketch Large. The Makerbot Mini, not that bad because I use a internet cord basically to plug it in. but it wouldn't actually connect with the Wi-Fi itself. So that was a big issue. But again, that one was not a big issue for the small one. That one, at least that one did okay. Including one more, which is fantastic. I do like is still the Makerbot slicer for the downloadable software. That one was way much better than the iCloud itself. So because again, I'll show you online to see what's the difference between those two of the two toolpath. Because if you're having issues with the printer, I suggest do these options, which is the using the masking tape, using the stick glue, and then after that do the calibration. Because again, Makerbot, if you guys are listening to this, fix this issues with the iCloud. I really dislike how the toolpath really does. For some reason, I'm trying to print a caliper, whereas it's supposed to go straight this way, but instead it ended up zigzagging itself that way. I do not like that. I don't know why it has the ability to actually choose that path instead of just doing the exterior of the line itself to trace along. And on top of that too as well, if you have an option to do brim, put the brim on there. I do not want to use RAF because I don't want to use or any of the customers to actually use RAF, waste material, because you're just wasting material. I don't get that one. That's the thing. And that's just ridiculous on how you guys are not actually checking up any updates. I'm not sure why you guys are not even checking those ones too as well for the Makerbot. But again, check the calibration, check everything else. I don't get why you guys are like not checking out these situations right now. And it's still the same thing also. Still the same thing. It's still the same thing. What happened? There we go. Not much. So that's one of the big issues I'm having right now with this printer. I'm gonna try this one more time. I'm gonna try to calibrate it, and then online. Boy, that's kind of getting me frustrated onto that one situation. How many technicians and programs will it take for them to actually recheck the whole system? How long? Because if you want to have satisfied customers, check the software, check everything else, see if everything else is alright. Oh my god. Oops, one more. That's not letting it. Nope, it's not letting itself in. It should be fine right there. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this right now. For now, I'm gonna show you the one online after this one. So I'm gonna compare it to those two slicers in the toolpath, why it's doing that. So this is why I'm having issues right now with the large, because recently I got complaints about the printer where I did my travels, and that they're saying that it's not doing what it's supposed to do, and it's not really adhering onto the surface. I tried that. It should have looked like the other printer, which I'll show you, and that it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm gonna stop right now to show you the other one. Okay, so this is the Makerbot Sketch. So just in case anybody else wants to know, there you go. So that's the Makerbot Sketch, and this one is a good toolpath. I like it, and I do love this one. This is very interesting. I really love the size of it. Everything else is doing fantastic. I do love that one. This toolpath is used from the original replicator, or the Makerbot slicer itself, from the one with the downloadable software. Put it in your computer. It's free. You can take it anywhere else you want. It's not the one from the iCloud. I'm going to show you that one next series to show you why the iCloud didn't actually do what it's supposed to do. Because the toolpath on this one is very fantastic. It does follow that direction. It does very well with the controls. There's no brims, there's no RAF. I do love that. That's great because that's the only way it'll limit the materials. Hold on for a second. Sorry about that. But yeah, I was trying to fix some issues right now. So, with the printer, it didn't do the filament correctly. All right then. So, but yes, this is the different one using on the other slicer. The tool path. I do like this one. This is way much better because you don't have to waste materials. And so far, it has done a lot of some of the manufacturing, which is fantastic. I do love this one. Right now, I'm going to switch it out to the online to show you the difference. Why the iCloud, there's some issues with it. I don't like it. Rather than the other way around, which is the online software. So I'm going to show you that one. I'm going to switch after this. Okay, then. So this is the one is on the sketch. So this is the one that has um, the other software. So this is one that says export only with the USB drive. I tried connecting to it online on this slicer. It wouldn't allow me to do that. I try inputting the IP address, which it does, and then it says add a printer. For some reason, this printer would not actually connect. The only thing that disconnected was the Makerbot Mini and the Makerbot. Let's see, there was two of them. Yeah, Makerbot Replicator Mini Plus, and then the Replicator Plus itself. These two did connected. Guess I'm gonna try this next time, hopefully. But the only thing that didn't connect was the sketch, and that's the reason why. I tried connecting with the IP address and then add a printer itself. It wouldn't allow me to do that. I'm not sure what's going on with that. You guys need to check it out to see why it's not letting me do that to actually connect the printer from here to the other side. So now, this one, I do like this right here, this software. So this slicer is supposed to run itself. For example, this right here is the iCloud. This is the iCloud that's being testing right now. I like it. I just hate it. I That's the reason why because look at this, look at this. These ones are the tool path. I really hate that because I thought I can actually rearrange this guy. So I can move this guy inside so I can have this one print in a closer environment. Instead, it gives me this ridiculous detection of the interference. Why does it have an interference detection? Because the nozzle, it doesn't actually touches these guys right here. That's the I don't understand that. So I have to like move it out here where you just waste a lot of the room and space because I can actually just bring this guy in here and now I can add another third one on there because that way it'll be easier for me to actually print more items with it. So it'll become like this right here. Add more. Let's see here. Bring it down. So I can add two more on top so I can 3D print three more. I have another printer that's an off-brand Makerbot. It print three of them, and it did very well. I don't get why this has to be like this because of this ridiculous interference detection. Unless there's a one in there on the settings that I can actually remove it without no issues. I'll probably have to go mess around with it. Maybe it does have that. I have to look into that to see what's going on. Now, once I do print preview of this guy, and then also too as well, I'm gonna remove this guy, the RAF. I don't need a RAF. I just need the view of it. So I'm gonna print preview. I really love this one. This is where the tool path actually creates itself. So I'm gonna bring this guy down. And this is the reason why I like this one, because this one should follow its own path onto the green area. And that will just follow the exterior. That's it. And once I go to the layer 2, then it begins to fill in the inside of there. This one, however, does not do what it's supposed to do. This one, it doesn't do this one. It doesn't. It just did layer 1. It just did these zigzags. That's it. There's no exterior lines, nothing else. It kept doing the exterior or doing the interior first instead of the exterior. I don't understand that, why it wouldn't do that. Maybe I had to like figure out the settings on this guy. Maybe it wasn't reversed. Maybe I had to look into that one to see what's going on with it. But also with the nozzle height, it's supposed to print the height itself. But for some reason, I'm having complaints saying that the printer is not actually, or the nozzle or the filament is not sticking onto the bed. Right now, I have those two on the print bed, which is the masking tape and the glue stick. hopefully that does very well. And also I had to readjust the Z height so that way it'll print itself on there. So I'm not sure what's going on with this right now. Oh, excuse me. It's just this thing is like really ridiculous. Because look at that, you can't do another model on this guy right here. Because I have to like break this guy outward. Maybe it's good for one model, yes, but if I want to do like a array of items on here, it wouldn't allow me to do that. Maybe I had to look into the settings. Maybe I had to maybe I had to adjust it to figure out and fix a few issues here and there. But I do not like it because I don't want to do this right here, including the raft itself. If I include the raft print preview, this is what's gonna give me, and it looks like a nightmare. Oh, we'll have to wait for it first to load up. 50 seconds. But yes, it's just like a nightmare. I don't like. And also too as well, it would not allow me to add in a brim. Even though it says brim outside of 5, but I try and look for add-in brim. So see, this is the reason why. This one really attach each other. I don't want to waste a whole material. I just want to have an individual raft. That's it. So that's the reason why. And on top of this one right here, it doesn't include a brim. And I don't understand that one. Get that. Because I don't know. I have to look into that one to see what's going on with it. It does say brim, but it wouldn't actually give me the exact material, so I'm not sure what's going on with it. Maybe I have to go back to the settings, see what's going on with it. But again, I tried fixing it yesterday. It was very, very frustrating right now. So I'm not sure. But yeah. But I like this one, the original one. Hopefully they refix this one and include the Sketch Large on here. And hopefully they'll fix the issue trying to connect this printer onto here. I really like this one because again, as you see for the other one from the sketch on the previous video, or the clip of it, it really turned out fantastic. I love that. Even though it's slow, but I love it. It actually does very fine details. It really does very well. It print fantastic. I love that. And including the toolpath, it did very well. Except for the large. The large, I'm not sure what's going on with it. It kept going from the outside rather than the inside. So I'm going to show you that one on the video to see what's going on with it. Or I'll show you what really happened. And once you see that, you know what I'm talking about. And I think that's what the customers are telling me, that it wouldn't actually stick onto the bed. And on top of that, it was very, very slow. And on top of the two as well, I did slow it down. I did. Printing speed is supposed to be 55. It would never slow down. So I'm going to change the settings to the lowest ones if I can. And that way, hopefully, it will do what it's supposed to do. If not, I don't know. I have to like mess around with it. I have no choice to put like the bed or the raft on there, just in case. Because again, it really, I don't want to add in those materials as well. So, and also I'll probably look around onto the settings to see where I can actually fix this area and go from there. So that's one of my big issues right now with this the Sketch Large. But again, I set up, it's already on here on the cloud print. So you just go to workspace management, go to workspace printer, add printer, go to sketch, and then on there you go to your printer itself, go to authorization, which is go to settings. Let's see, go to settings, Wi-Fi, or connections. Not that you choose right beside before the Wi-Fi and internet cable. Let's just say authorization. Click that one, and there's two of them. One says the authorization code, and that one says authorization with the profile. So make sure you click the one with the authorization, authorized with code, and then once you click that one, that printer will give you the code, which is great, and you'll put that input that one onto your onto here. So just give you a heads up on that one. So that's great. It's not that bad. It was easy to connect. That was it. And then yesterday I have issues with the Wi-Fi and USB connection, or using USB via. It didn't work on USB. I'm not sure why. I downloaded the profile. I just should have been followed the directions. It would never do that. I don't get why, or maybe it was taking a long time. I should have left it in there with the USB drive. Maybe you guys have to try on your side too as well. But again, if you want to try to use this USB drive, follow direction, but leave it in there, and hopefully it does something else. I'm not sure, because it should do something. It should have a loading screen, and it should be done. But again, it didn't show nothing else. I'm not sure why it's not doing that. I looked online. Nobody hasn't actually posted that one yet. So maybe there's some issues going on with that one. So, but I tried using Wi-Fi and internet cable. Those two work. If you have internet cable, make sure it's a longer cable, because that way it'll be easier. But if you have Wi-Fi, it's okay too as well. It worked on my side. It just worked fine. It's just that it was too sensitive on the touch screen where you actually input the password. So kind of be careful. Just do it quickly as possible and put the information in. Hopefully you get the password correctly, because again, it will definitely slip. Accidentally press the other ones. So yeah. But yeah, it came out okay then. Because look at it on the screen. You guys see the masking tape with the other ones, and then some of the other items too. So hopefully it does what it does. Oh yeah. The other one you could do that, you could do is print preparation. I'm gonna do is export it. Click this little icon with the 3 dots, and it should say your name of the printer, which is I named it as Makerbot Sketch Large 1. Click that one, and it should render through this one on there. So that way, this one entire printing should be on there too as well. So I'm gonna print that right away, and that way go to work management, and it should say idle. There we go, and it should say start print. Start print. I'm not gonna do it right now because I have to look into the settings to see what's going on with it. I'm gonna see what's going on with the entire area. So, all right, then I'll let you guys. I'll show you guys the next one afterwards. So, okay.